Hi guys, welcome back, and in today's video I'm going to show you a full cage clean where I change out the liner, pads and everything in the cage, and we'll see what the guinea pigs think of their nice clean cage at the end. So this is more of a deep clean, which I don't think I've shown the whole process at once before on the channel, and this is something that I'll do every 2 to 3 weeks. Though sometimes it can be a little longer, like today I think this liner has been in for over 3 weeks, so please don't judge me too much. This video will be useful if you're interested in perhaps switching to fleece, if you want to see how we just do a big change out, or if you're just after some satisfying cleaning and happy piggies. So let's get started, and the first task for me is the litter tray. I have shown cleaning this fairly recently, so without going into a huge amount of detail, I'll basically empty poops from dirty beds and pads into the tray before changing out the newspaper and hay. Newspaper as a lining layer works really well for me. I don't need any other extra sort of bedding, it absorbs the pee, and the tray as a whole gives the pigs somewhere to enjoy loose hay. People often ask me whether it's hygienic to have the hay like this, but I do change this out daily, and I top up the hay throughout the day, as well as providing hay in other locations in the cage. Plus, I think our piggies wouldn't really eat spoiled hay, and it means that they get the benefit of having this loose hay, so it encourages them to eat more. This is the London dust-free meadow hay, which I use as bedding hay in the base of their litter tray. It's nice and fluffy, great for burrowing in and sleeping on. When that's all changed out, I'll just place it down in this little nook behind me and pop the piggies in here whilst I move on to the next job. They will sit and munch away quite happily to begin with, but it's not long before they start getting impatient. Once I've got the cage to myself, I will shake out any dirty pads and beds and see if I can salvage any, but today all of this is going straight in the washing pile. I'm just editing this video and look who the hair chewer is, Roxy.
Are you waiting patiently? Yes? I know. Good piggies. Hey, buddy.
And once they're done, I do the same with the liner, so I shake off all of the poops and as much hay and hair as I can. And now comes the sweeping. I'll just use a normal dustpan and brush to clear out everything from the bottom of the cage. And next, taking off the water bottles, I'll use my disinfectant spray, the same one I used for the litter tray, all over the bottom and sides of the cage. And for this, I don't use Method, that's just my spray bottle. I use diluted F10, which is a concentrated disinfectant that is safe for pets and also gets rid of fungal spores. Because you can use the same spray bottle over and over again and dilute a small amount in water each time, you can save yourself so much money over buying individual pet spray bottles, so that's definitely one to remember, and the link to the F10 disinfectant I will pop down in the description below under my Amazon storefronts. So once that's been left for a few minutes, I get in there with the kitchen towel. I will wipe off any pee stains. Also, I'm doing all around the walls, around the water bottle fixings, and along the top parts of the cage too, which get a little dusty. For the plexiglass, I'm still just using the kitchen towel. My plexiglass is a little bit old, it's a little bit scratched up already, so I'm not as precious as I was when it was new.
Yes, I know, we want to go back, don't we?
And next up goes in the lovely clean new liner. So in case you're wondering, my cage measures 2 meters by 70 centimeters wide, and the liners themselves, I have made these, but I don't currently make them to sell. People do often ask me about this. I do, however, have tutorial videos on the channel. I'll pop some links in the description below. So at this stage, I like to pop the piggies back in one by one, and then I'll pop the litter tray in as well. This is where they like to have a nice explore in the empty cage, and it is just super funny and really cute watching them waddle up and down and inspect everything, making sure it is clean enough to match their very high standards, of course. with the water bottles, once the piggies have finished examining them, I will go ahead and give them a good clean with the bottle brush to get any algae off from the inside. And someone always starts drinking immediately when I put them back in. This time it's Pedro. And I'm just going to put the food bowl down in between the water bottles where they can get to it nice and easily. And then comes the exciting part. It's time for me to decide what pads and what stuff to put in the cage. So I'll grab a pile of vaguely matching items / colours that I would like to use and start putting them in place and basically moving them around till I'm happy and until the pigs seem happy as well. Meanwhile, they will just try their hardest to get in the pile. Sometimes I think they just prefer to have everything piled up in the middle of the cage and not actually arranged nicely. Usually I'll pop these biggest pads under the water bottles and the entrance to the litter tray because this is where mess tends to accumulate, and then I will use smaller pads under any houses and beds that I put in here. So today I'm going to use this wooden house from the Pop and Pack Etsy shop. I really like these because they're not too big in the cage and they store flat as well. However, unfortunately they aren't making any at the moment, but if you're interested I will put the link to the Pop and Pack Etsy shop down below. I'm also going to use a hammock today. The guinea pigs absolutely love these hammocks and I use them all of the time. A few people have asked about them recently, so yes, we do make the hammocks ourselves. We tend to make them in small batches, and what I've been doing recently is taking reservations for each batch on the lead up to it, and then as I'm sewing the hammocks, then they get shipped out to people who have reserved them. I do have a very small number of hammocks which haven't been reserved from the latest batch, but they will probably go quickly if I announce it on this video. If you are interested in reserving one, then please drop me a message on Etsy. I will pop the link to the shop in the description below. Also going in this time, we have one of their snuggle sacks. I have their wooden archway, which again is another staple in the cage. I really love this kind of hidey. And we also have a cuddle cup as well as some smaller things for enrichment. In this case, I've got their hyacinth mat from Haybox. They've got their wood roll stuffed with Timothy hay, and they've also got their coconut shell, again stuffed with Timothy hay. And as you can see, Roxy and Pedro are straight away tucking into these. And with that, all my jobs are done. The cage is looking lovely and clean, and all that's left to do is sit and watch the piggies enjoying their nice, lovely, clean new space. Of course, it doesn't stay like this for very long. As we know, piggies are the ultimate creators of mess, and I'm sure I'll be swooping up some poops within a couple of hours. However, in general, I do find it easy to keep the piggies' cage looking nice and clean, so if you would like to learn more about the specific tips and tricks that I use and why I use them, as well as the actual amount of effort that goes into keeping this cage clean on a daily basis between the big changeovers, then I highly recommend watching this video next. Okay guys, I really hope you enjoyed watching today, and as always, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you very soon in the next one. Bye bye!